Yes, yes, so Hairless here. So this will be the first time hearing a Pitta performance. Pitta is the stage name of Forestella's countertenor Kang Hyung-ho. As a solo artist, I've received many recommendations for Pitta, so here we are, finally. If you've seen any of the many Forestella videos I've done, you can find them all in the playlist linked in the description. You'll know I'm a huge fan of Kang Hyung-ho. I think he's an unbelievable singer, really. He's so versatile. And for that reason, he's singing The Phantom of the Opera. I have done a couple of videos on this song, other cover versions. At the time of recording, my most recent one was Nightwish's version, which really was quite something. Make sure to check that out afterwards, my video on it, if you have not seen that already. So I'm excited for this for obvious reasons. He will be singing both parts. It's a pretty crazy song as it is. Enough chit chat. This video is from 2020. Let's get straight into it.
In sleep, he sang to me. In dreams, he came.
Go on.
That voice which calls to me and speaks.
Lovely suspension there. I just want to quickly highlight that this is even more surprising because he's singing an octave higher than the female role in the original song. He's also singing in a different key. The original song is in D minor, whereas this is only a bit lower in C minor. In the original,
in sleep he sang.
Pitta is actually singing up here, transposed into that key. Obviously, as we can see here, he is taking Christine's role at this moment, the female, but he's making it even more female in its traditional sense by being higher up. So yeah, super cool. There are many other changes. I'll come and talk to them in a second.
And do I dream again? For now I find
Suspensions are so nice with the strings.
Opera, he stands inside my
Yep. Every single face that we've seen, I think, I'm sure will be your face as well. For the first part, you would have done some sort of variation of. And now when the modern music comes in, the electric guitar, the drums, I mean, visually, the flames in the background, then a sort of smile will come on or some wincing, you know, it's really cool stuff. I'm very keen to explore more of it. These live performances are very strict with copyright from my experience. I recently received a copyright strike, the worst thing that can happen to a reaction channel from one of these shows. So I am being cautious. If you don't like the pauses, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to pause. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's just quickly go over some of what we've heard. I'm not going to speak about everything because there's a lot. And before we do, very quickly, I have received recommendations for several versions of Pitta singing The Phantom of the Opera. I didn't know which to do. Different people prefer different ones, but I have just decided, because I can just tell I'm going to want to see more, that after we watch this performance, I will be watching another performance from 2024. I'm told it's more extravagant with an organ introduction and all of that kind of stuff. I'll put a short clip of that reaction here. Sorry, I'm just taking a second there to think about what I've just heard in the harmony. You can find my full reaction video in the pinned comment over on Patreon, as well as a lot of other additional content such as extra Forestella performances, that kind of thing. All right, back to this. Let's just get straight into it. I already spoke about the key. Surprisingly, it's only one tone lower. Original. Kang Hyung-ho here. The original song is very famous for how high Christine goes at the end.
Sing for me!
Kang Kyung-ho is superhuman. I always go on, genuinely, I think in every Forestella video I've made, I have mentioned how I love him and his versatility and his soprano tone, I call it, when he sings in his head voice. It's such a pure tone, not like your typical countertenor. I'm not sure he'll be going that high though. I mean, I kind of want him to, and I kind of, no, I don't expect him to. I must remain sane and not become a crazy fanboy. When people fanboy too hard over artists, it creates unrealistic expectations and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I'm intrigued to see what he does there. Back to the beginning. We don't have the introduction.
Oh, angel of music.
Where the Phantom's singing to her, Kang Kyung-ho is taking on both roles. The performance looks to be 5 minutes anyway, so maybe just for time reasons, he hasn't included that. Instead, they come in with these string instruments. It reminds me of like the viol. A nice open fifth, very bare sounding, not so full with a minor third in there.
In sleep, he sung to me.
Pitta, he knows what an amazing sound he will be doing, how surprising it is, a man coming in singing like that. He is making full use of it, the rhythmic freedom, tempo, rubato, literally meaning in robbed time. I think he just does it so well, how theatrical it is a bit later on.
Time of the opera, he stared.
When he's choosing to use the air in his voice or the kind of clipped sounds. The choice of vowel sounds is interesting as well. I mean, no doubt his natural dialect will come into play. How he opens up on Phantom. He starts by singing the fe. And just to go back a little bit.
And speaks my name.
That's a blended voice there. It's not pure falsetto. He can transition so smoothly between his chest voice into his head voice. Which men can do, but his is just so natural, that natural soprano tone. I can see why he's chosen the Phantom of the Opera. He's the perfect person to sing this, no doubt. And as far as the arrangement goes, I'm not sure who has arranged this, but I really like the choice to open with strings. It seems very traditional, very classical, baroque almost. Well, that's the kind of image it springs to mind. And it's very simple, but the choice of when to have dissonance, such as that suspension.
And speaks.
4-3, where the first note is note number 4 in the chord, moving down to note number 3. So just having that bit of suspended dissonance, a clash between these two notes, which then resolves. We hear it a couple of times, and just before we carry on, we can hear also acting as a suspension, a different kind of suspension. Now it's resolved down, the drums come in, and we're ready to carry on. So let's do just that. Let's carry on.
Sing once again with me. I'll strange to where my power over you grows stronger yet. And though you turn from me to glance behind, the Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind.
Quick thoughts. I mean, obviously the surprising thing here is the way he sings Christine. So natural. But in a way, I actually think he's doing a better job as the Phantom. Obviously, both roles he's assuming are unbelievable. I think that goes without saying. But he's just so good as the Phantom, how he gets that grit into the sound. Again, it just sounds so natural. I have heard him speak in real life, and he actually has quite a deep voice.
오페라 유령이라는 곡으로
His voice is very confusing. He can just sing any voice type. Is he a baritone? Is he a bass? Is he a tenor? Naturally, I mean, he can really do it all. He's very, very lucky in that sense. Luck is not enough, nor are your genes. You have to put in the work. He's just an unbelievable musician anyway. But yeah, really, really cool as the Phantom there. That was cool.
Those who have seen your face, draw back and fear. I am the mask you wear. It's me they hear. You spirit and my voice in one command. To what the opera is there inside my mind. Beware the phantom of your heart. In all your fantasies.
Well, well, well. That's new. We get a key change. That does come in the original. So in the original, we're just moving up a semitone. In Pitta's performance, though, we get this whole new section. Really cool. Here, I mean, there's just dissonance on that chord. We're not really sure what it is. In the bass, in the guitar, in there, move them all together, ambiguous chord. So suddenly in our mind, the tonality, the harmony has kind of shifted, and then Kang Kyung-ho just... Oh, there we go. Lovely little male soprano section, lyricless, just quite mystical, very cool, especially with the imagery of him in front of that burning Colosseum. Is it a Colosseum or a castle? Or some old building. I can't really make it out. And now we've ended in E minor. We started in C minor. So we've moved up the same amount as the original song. A minor third up. We've just gone about it in a slightly different way, a more cool way, in my opinion. If you enjoy these videos or find them helpful, please consider supporting me. Patreon has a bunch of exclusive benefits, behind the scenes videos, additional reaction content, Q&A videos, and more. For a one-time donation, you can donate me a hot chocolate at the Buy Me a Coffee link, or become a YouTube member for these groovy emojis and membership badges. And a huge thank you to these lovely people on the screen now. I love the lines where he switches in between male and female as we get in the original song, such as I am the mask you wear.
I am the mask you wear. It's me they hear.
So smooth, so natural. Again, it's worth noting, however, that in order to really make this change between male and female exaggerated, he is again singing the female part up the octave, which allows for him to sing in his head voice. If he was singing down the octave, he'd basically just be singing in his tenor range. Just to show you, in the original,
I am the mask you wear.
instead of, which is the octave Kang Kyung-ho is singing in, of course, in a slightly different key.
I am the mask you wear.
And just a quick shout out to the band who are supporting, and again, the arrangement. It's all the little things like this bit. You'll notice this really rhythmic coming in the background, adding this urgency, and then a descending line in a scale passage following it.
To glance behind the pain.
Sorry, up and down. Bum 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 bum. Which then breaks off. Now we have this homophonic treatment of the very iconic melody, bum 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 bum, where the guitars are joining in and the other parts have seemingly dropped out for that. Very, very theatrical, very cool. Let's carry on. Let's carry on.
In all your fantasy, you all
Lovely guitar lines in the background, just so rock-y.
Always knew that man a mess away. Where was he due? In slavery, when life is blind. Every time of the unlucky stare inside my
Is he going to do it? Is he actually going to do it?
my angel of music.
I mean, the arrangement in the background here as well. Notice how disjointed it is. Again, I think it just really works at enhancing his legato smooth, super, super high lines. This is very high. I think we can all tell, but I just feel like saying, again, it's very high. That's a top A, which is typically the very highest note your typical chorister might be expected to sing. This person there's got the devil horns up. I mean, yeah, wow, what a performance, finishing on that blended voice. A C sharp, one note below it, is what I call the wow operatic tenor moment. Again, extremely high for a man. Yeah, wow. I mean, the ending, so he did go very high. But in the original, it then just kind of moves up and up and up. He is, at the end of the day, only human. I mean, is he even human? I don't think he is human, actually. So I'm going to scrap that statement. He is unbelievable. This is ridiculous. But I can see why they did not decide to go higher. If you get it wrong, if you have a voice crack or something, it could probably do more harm than good. I like the decision. They didn't keep modulating up and up and up. They stay in the same key right until the ending. And obviously the other question is, how is he going to handle this shouting of the Phantom versus the singing of Christine? That's how it goes in the original, if you're not familiar with it. All round, I think that's insanely impressive. And I'm going to end this video now, because we're going to go and watch the performance from 2024, 4 or 5 years after this performance. I'm sure there'll be some changes in it. So hopefully you'll join me in that one. Like I said, that full video will be linked in the pinned comment. And if not, well, thank you very much for watching this. Would really appreciate a like on the video. It helps a lot. So do comments. Let me know how you found this performance. If there are any others by Pitta you'd like me to do, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next one.